Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to welcome you to a live playthrough of one of my favorite childhood games, the X-Files game released by Fox Interactive, 1998. The game actually takes place in 1996 and falls between Seasons 2 and Seasons 3, if I understand correctly. They do a good job of incorporating Mulder and Scully into the plot, but only at a very high level. Otherwise, we get to play as Special Agent Craig Wilmore for the Seattle FBI field office. Some great guest appearances by the lone gunman, from Assistant Director Skinner, Mr. X, Cigarette Smoking Man, and ultimately the story was written in such a way to fit in with the lore of the series. So let's get this show on the road. I've got a little helper here. We'll see how he does. April 2nd, 1996. You're late for work, 9:14 a.m.
Why, Agent Wilmore?
Why, Agent Cook?
You picked a great day to be late. There's some big gun in from D.C. I don't know what's up, but it looks serious.
Big gun from D.C.? Oh boy. So you actually have an option to react different ways. I'm going to go paranoid. That's more my alley.
Did he say anything to you?
No.
Did he ask about me?
Calm down, my friend. You're looking a little guilty.
Maybe because I am guilty. So it's an FMV, full motion video game. I think they said it was filmed on Betamax, actually. Crazy David Duchovny gets the top billing right, even though he's only on the game for like a small section of time. It allows you to move around and interact. You can look at the various items on the walls, Easter eggs, those kinds of things. Super fans of the show will probably pick up on little nuances. Admittedly, I have seen a number of episodes and know the general high-level lore, but I don't know it well enough to really get into it. Phone's gonna ring right out the gate. I don't know that I want to answer yet. I got other work to do. What's interesting here is this is your case file, but you can't actually look at what it was. So, all right, we'll answer.
Wilmore.
Agent Wilmore, I want to see you in my office.
One of the things about this game that I like, especially, I'm doing this from memory. It's been a lot of years since I really sat down and played it. But you do have a certain amount of free will. So he says, I want to see you in my office, but you're not stuck on some timetable where you have to go right in. I mean, the game isn't going to advance until then, but you can make him sweat a little bit. Let me see here. You know what? Check this out. This is more important than going to visit the supervisor, right? It's funny things, you know? Yeah. Alright, so this is his work computer, but you've got to figure out the password. I'm going to save you some time. I remember this from when I was a kid. This is the password, Shiloh, so hopefully it's not a mega spoiler, but for those of you that don't want to waste millions of hours trying to figure it out or cheat online, I'm going to help you cheat without actually going to look it up.
You've got mail.
Very nice. Are all federal issued machines talking to us that way? So, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of useful information here. You kind of get some backstory on what Wilmore has been working on with one of his other coworkers, Mark Cook, who we'll meet. We just met in the hallway a little bit ago. Let's not say we did. Okay, great. All right, well, the boss said he wanted to see us. So, again, the whole free will thing, you can If you want to leave, you can actually go out. You have a little Apple Newton product placement here, and that allows you to look at maps. And this is actually the navigation engine to go from location to location. So I'm not going to leave yet, but it's more of an FYI. But I like how it looks real life, but there's still kind of this cheesy element of animation to it all. It's very popular in the 90s for games. So this little electric hand indicates something that you can do for action. So anything you can highlight over, you can usually either pick up or engage with in one way, shape, or form. And you'll see that down here we have the inventory of various things that this agent now has. All kinds of interesting stuff on the walls. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some inside jokes between the developers and the programmers and the writers of the show. And interestingly, they got some product placement awards. So nice going, Fox. Dunkin' Donuts. You can't actually eat them. That's kind of the sad part. Supplies, blank forms. Hey, don't you have a supervisor you're supposed to be syncing up with? Maybe in a minute. Let's talk to Mr. Cook.
Hey, partner, how's it going?
You kind of have this creepy lip thing when you want to talk to somebody. You just click it and it comes up and it gives you some options. You can take the conversations different directions. What's cool about this is when you actually ask, you get to hear the agent ask it too. So it's not just clicking and then you don't hear him ask. They were able to actually build all the footage into the cutscenes.
So who's the big gun from DC?
I think his name is Skinner. Assistant Director Skinner.
Ah. My favorite.
What case is you working on?
Pull tab counterfeiters and the militia group still active in the Northern Cascades. And an assist to the DEA on a meth lab ring. But I'm handling things okay.
Did Shank seem upset?
Well, he smiled at me. That's never a good sign.
Some good sarcastic humor in there. Let's see here. All right, well, we can go check this out. So here's something in the hallway. There's nothing in there right now. I think there's something later in the game. All right. Shank, special agent in charge. Let's try it.
Come in. This is Assistant Director Skinner.
Agent Wilmore,
Sir?
two of my agents are missing, Fox Mulder and Dana Scully. I haven't heard from them in 3 days. I'm extremely concerned.
Such a heartfelt way to say it. I'm extremely concerned. So what's kind of cool here is you can ask these rabbit trail conversation topics that irritate some of the characters at times. And I like the free will that the game allows you to do in that regard. So, you know, let's find out about them.
Are they romantically involved?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think you do know. I think you do, Skinner.
Where were they last seen?
In my office in D.C., right before they left.
Very direct, cut, you know, short and cut to the chase type of answers.
What case were they working on?
I'm not quite sure. All I have is this travel requisition which shows that they were going to Everett, Washington.
These two agents were able to function with a high degree of autonomy due to the nature of the cases they pursued.
Oh yeah, agents will fly first available coach class. Government dollars, not that hard at work, because coach class isn't that super. Yeah. Okay. The purpose of travel is classified, but it was approved by Walter Skinner. So it's already been Been some time since they checked in. Okay.
Can I get their cell phone numbers?
You'll find it in the dossier, however, they're not answering.
Have they been romantically involved in the past?
As I say, I don't know. I don't believe so.
As I say, I don't know. So this is kind of an interesting thing with the whole FMV fad of the period. You can actually see them moving, you know, their eyes. Skinner's breathing, his shoulders going up and down, you know. It just kind of makes it a little more dynamic, but eventually if you watch it long enough, you realize it's just on a short loop.
Have they disappeared before?
No, not like this.
All right. This is my, you know, I tend to get a little bit playful with these games, and something that I always liked with this was I figured out you could just mess around. So, you know, if I want to pull my binoculars out, look around the office, they start questioning my sanity.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me? You hired me. You want a flashlight in your face?
What's the matter with you?
Don't do that.
I know I got problems.
Should Cook be involved in this investigation?
That's up to you, really. You know the Bureau's policy on backup? I would suggest you use all available resources.
Do you know of anything unusual in Everett?
There's nothing that I'm aware of.
One of the reasons I wanted to do this is because I hadn't really seen a lot of playthroughs with someone reacting and making sarcastic comments as they go. But all in all, it's a very interesting and interactive game, so hopefully you'll enjoy.
What should I do with my current cases?
Hand them off to Cook. I know he's busy, but this is priority. File an APB on Mulder and Scully, then give your current case files to Cook. A.D. Skinner will join you shortly.
All right. Right after I put my night vision goggles on.
What are you doing?
I think they program these canned responses to various things, but if you think about it, in almost every location in the game, you can do that at any given time. The tools actually do have a purpose, not just for you to mess around, but you know, it's fun. Okay, I'm kind of. There we go.
So, okay. What's happening? You can't just sit on this. You gotta tell me what's happening.
So here's another emotion reaction choice. We went paranoid the first time. Let's go meme.
Jesus, if there's a brass button in the building, you're gonna kiss it, aren't you?
Oh, come on, man, tell me.
There's a couple of missing agents he's trying to find, okay?
Some good one-liners in there. I think I'm gonna give you some case files.
Shanks wants me to hand my cases off to you.
That little smirk on his face, like, I've got the upper hand on you. Shanks gave me this special investigation, and you can't come along.
Great. Thanks, Golden Boy.
Oh man, maybe it's time to cut the Prozacs in half. Let's see here. It's just about this little guy's nap time, so I may have to take a pause. So to file an APB, we'll get into our handy-dandy FBI computer. Password Shiloh. APB, short for All Points Bulletin. It already pretty much has it done for you. You just send it